Alright guys, I'm Kerry Runner here with Beyond the Badge Inside the Bars, and I appreciate you watching this channel. Don't forget to share, like, and comment below if you like the content I'm bringing to you. But today we're going to talk about the safe and proper use of a restraint escort chair in the correction facilities. We need you to understand when and why the restraint chair are used. Learn the best practices and safe applications and identify the key safety considerations. Recognize the dangers of the improper use. Now, why do we use a restraint or escort chair? The first one is to prevent self-harm, suicide watch, prevent harms to other or combative behavior, assist in safe transportation of non-compliant inmates, and support during mental health or medical interventions, maintaining order during a high-risk events. Now, you got to remember, these chairs you got to have authorization to use, and you can only use these chairs when necessary. You got to always remember to follow your facilities, policies, and procedures, and don't forget to follow the manufacturer's procedures for that chair also. You got to secure the straps in proper order like legs, lap, arm, and chest to ensure posture is upright and the airway is clear. Never leave an inmate unattended in these chairs. These are tools for us to use, and if you abuse these tools, those tools will be taken away from us. You got to remember to monitor, and you have time limits with these chairs. Observe continuous during use. You always have someone watching the inmate while they're in a chair. Never leave the inmate unattended while you have them in use of these chairs. You got to check signs of distress and medical issues and follow required reassessment intervals like every 15-30 minutes, whatever your policy is at your facilities, and remove from the chair as soon as it's safe to do so. You can't just leave people in these chairs. The longer you leave them in the chair, more dangers and more things can happen. Now, one of the most important things about using these chairs is documentation. You got to remember to log everything in the time you use it and the time you log him out. The reason for the restraints, and every time you get that chair checked out by medical or your self reassessments. The behaviors and physical conditions of the inmate. You also need to have the staff involved and the supervisor that approve the use of that chair. That is very important to have all of these things documented in your logs. Now, there are dangers of improper use. Positional asphyxiation is one of them. And that's a big one here with these chairs. Poor posture, restriction of breathing. When you use these chairs, you need to make sure they're breathing properly. Don't over-tighten nothing. Circulation and nerve damage can be caused by these chairs. Once again, from the over-tightening of the straps and this, that, and the other. Psychological harm can also be occurred with the use of these chairs. Trauma, panic attacks. Legal liabilities can happen while use of these chairs. That's why you document everything and make sure you use the chair when and how you're supposed to. And that's why we always get authorization before we use these chairs. If you don't use these chairs properly, there is always a fatal outcome that can happen. Neglect and misuse. And you don't want to be that guy. Never want to be that guy. Now, examples of it, if you look in the news, you see a lot of law enforcement are in trouble for using the escort or restraint chair. They're either leaving in there unattended, they're not checking the breathing, they're not doing this, that, and the other. It's very crucial you follow the rules and regulations of these damn chairs, because these are tools we need to use, but we don't want to get them taken away because you're neglecting to read and understand policy and procedure. All right? The restraint chair needs to be treated with respect and professionalism at all times. You got to be professional with this chair. You don't want to cause no damage to yourself, others. Monitor and document. That's important. And follow training and policy at all times. And prioritize your safety for the inmates and the staff. Those are the key things about this chair. This channel is here to bring knowledge and tips to help you remember stuff to do. If you like the content I'm bringing to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. If you want a topic to talk about, put it down below. And thank you for watching, and God bless, and thank you.